For today, we are going to use Google Sheets, and for your information, we are also going to use a basic function, not an advanced one, just a basic function. Okay, now let's proceed and welcome again. For today the topic is Smart Admin for Teachers with Google Sheets, but you don't have to be a teacher. You can manipulate the function that we are going to learn today to fit in your need. Okay, so the three things we are trying to achieve is to do class administration for your task. Again, it doesn't have to be class administration. You can modify the function we are going to learn to fit your needs, and we are going to learn about filter. We are going about sorting and again calculations, basic formula, and we are going to come up with a chart. Okay, so basically from the calculation, from the number that we are getting, later on from that result, we are going to come out with a chart and also graph. So of course, before we proceed, kindly ensure that you already log in into your Google account and then go into your Google Drive. So just open up your Google Drive. So in Google Drive, you need to click on the new because we are going to use our empty Google Sheets for this. Just click on new. Okay, click on new in your Google Drive and then click on Google Sheets, and then it will open up a new tab. So this is a tab. Okay, this is a new tab. So here, the very first thing you need to do is you need to give your spreadsheet a title. Again, the reason why we need to give it a title because later on, when we want to find it, it will be a lot easier for us. If you already give it a title, therefore it will be a lot easier for us to find it later on. And then the second thing that you need to know about Google Sheet is this each boxes here. For each boxes, this is what we call cell, and each cell have their own name because why you need to know later on we are going to use function, and we are going to also touch about the cell. So each cell have their own names. For example, here the current cell that in blue, we call it as cell A1. How to read? No, you will read the alphabet here and followed by the number. So here is A1. So if just say if this cell, it will be J1. Why J1? Because the alphabet is J for this cell and then the number is 1. So if it's here, it will be J and then followed by the number J22, for example. So that is for the cell. And the third thing is for the function. So here is the function that we are going to touch today, which is this is for the chart, this is for the filter, and this is for the sum. Okay, this chart, filter, and the sum. And the fourth thing, if you need additional sheets in your current spreadsheet, so currently there's only one sheet, which is sheets 1. How to add additional sheets? Why? Sometimes because maybe you need this one is for January, then you have separate one for February, maybe you have separate one for March, April, and so on. So how can you create additional sheets in one spreadsheet? So you just need to click on the plus sign right here on the bottom on the left. You have the plus sign. So the plus sign is just to add additional sheets. Okay, so if you want to duplicate your current sheet, if you want to delete, if you want to rename it, so everything can be done from the additional menu. Where you can find the additional menu is just by clicking on the drop down. So beside the name sheets 1 here, there will be a drop down button. So you just click on the drop down button, and then there will be option for you to rename, to delete, to duplicate, and a lot more. So again, the things that we are going to touch is about filter, sorting, function, and the chart. So if you remember, so it will be this side, okay, in the function. So filter, normally we are trying to sort the data according to alphabet. For example, here is where the filter function comes. The filter function comes in handy because maybe you want to filter the data. Maybe you just want the data for female. Maybe you just want the data for male. For sorting is when you sort the data according to alphabet, A to Z or Z to A. Okay. And also function. Function is where we are going to use the formula. And chart is what after you already done with your calculation and you want to come up with something. So from the data itself, from the number, Google Sheets can come out with a chart automatically. So let's have a look first on this function. Just a quick one. Okay, just a quick one. So this one I'm going to talk about the um, let's do the sorting first. Okay, let me just turn off my filter. Okay, let's just do the sorting first. So as you can see here, this is not accordingly. So student 2, 3, 5, 1, 4. Okay, let's say I want it to be student 1, student 2, student 3. Okay, accordingly. So the very first thing you need to do is to freeze it first. The reason, okay, let's just unfreeze this first. Okay, the reason why we need to freeze, so to freeze is simple, just go to view, freeze, first row. So when you freeze, the first row will not move. So now I didn't freeze, just want to show you why you need to freeze. So for now, I didn't freeze it, okay? So if I go down, everything is gone. If I go down, everything is gone. So now let's just do this. I want it to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what we can do here, go to data. So here there's two things. Sort sheets by column, sort range by column. If you choose this one, okay, currently I'm in A, okay, currently I'm in A because this is the number that I want to sort from. Again, that here. If you choose sort sheet, this one, let's just say A to Z because I want it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want it to 5 to 1, you go ahead with the largest to smallest. But now I want it smallest to largest. So I choose this one, sort sheet by column A to Z. This one. So now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 accordingly. Remember why I said you need to freeze? So now as you can see, this one, okay, this one is supposed to be on the top. But since I didn't freeze it, it moved together. Okay, it moved together. So that's why we need to freeze it because so that this part will not move. So now let's just freeze it. So how to freeze? Go to view, freeze. So first row, okay, the first row because I only want to freeze this one. First row, only the first row. So view, freeze, first row. So now I already freeze it. So if I go down, so this one, the title, it will still be on the top. Okay, since I already freeze it, even if I go down, the title will still be on the top. So it will not move, doesn't matter what I did. So now let's go back and try again. So I click on the A, so here, and then go to data. Now let's try to sort again. So now I'm just going to show you largest to smallest, the Z to A. Click here, and now as you can see, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you can see here, it's already been sorted. But this one from largest to smallest. So here, now again, the difference between sort by sheets and sort by range. Just now we do it sort by sheets, so everything move together. Okay, everything move together. When I means move together, the entire line. Okay, please remember student 2 will have is a male. Okay, student 2, so student 2 is a male. So let's just do this. Okay, this is just for you to see. Student 2 is a male. So I put number 2 here because I want to show you this other part will not move. If you choose sort by range, the other part will not move. Okay, so this one is 2 just to show you quick one. So now if you go to data and you choose sort range instead, okay, instead of choosing sort sheets, let's say here I will choose A to Z. Okay, this one move, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But other part, like I told you, these other things doesn't move at all. It will not move together. So if you only want to sort your data only for that particular column, so you can use range. Okay, only for that particular column you can choose sort by range. But if you want the entire things to move together, so you need to choose sort by sheets. So this is different, sort by sheet and sort by range. So the other things is so Filter. Filter, let's do for this one. Okay, for filter, let's say you only want the data for female and male. Okay, so this is very helpful if you just want to see how many male, how many female, for example. Now, to use the filter, it's just simple. You just click this one, create filter. Okay, just click on it, and then you will see there's a drop down. Okay, there will be a drop down here. As you can see, the drop down. So just click on the drop down. Okay, here as you can see, there's a tick in F and M. So it will display you the result both for female and male because I have M and also F. So now let's say I untick M. Okay, I untick M and then I just press OK here. So now since M is unticked, so it will only show me, it will only display the data for F, which is female. Okay, this is if you want to use filter. So if you have a large information and you only want to specify on one topic, so from here you just choose whatever topic. Let's say now I want to focus on male only, so I untick F, so only male is have this tick. Okay, you just click on that one, then it's gone. So now I want to focus only on male, so that's why I only tick on male. Just press OK. Now as you can see, only male appear. So that is for filtering. So to turn off and on, you just click here. Then turn off filter, there's no, so all data will be displayed. There's no longer a filter on it. And then we also have our function and also chart. So for the function, as you can see here, I'm using sum function. Like I told you, the reason why I introduced you to the cell is because we are going to use it a lot. For example, here, sum. Sum is a total. Sum is the total. Okay, sum function is the total. How can you come up with the total? First, you need to type in the equation mark and then followed by sum, sum. And then in the bracket, you need to put in the first cell. So the first cell I want to calculate is from this cell to this cell. Okay, from homework for student 1, which is from C2. Okay, C2. Again, how to read? So this is the alphabet C and then the number C2 until here F2. So I want the sum of these 4. Okay, let's say I want the sum of these 4 from C2 to F2. So again, equation mark and then followed by SUM, and then from here you can manipulate it. So just now this one I calculate C2 to E2. Now let's just put F. Okay, F. So it will calculate from C2 till F here. Okay, if you want until is like this sign, it's like a double dot. Okay, that one. So now as you can see, it will calculate C2 until F2. Okay, so this is for the sum. Now we will talk more about the calculation later on throughout the topic. So, and also chart, just a quick one, how to come out with the chart. So chart is this one. Okay, insert chart. So it's very simple. Again, one thing you can do is for you to highlight the information that you want to display into the chart. So now I'm just going to display this, let me say name. Okay, I want to display in the chart the name of the student and only the gender, only these two data. So now that's why you need to highlight it. Highlight is just you drag your click your mouse and then just drag it. Okay, so here drag it. So now here insert chart. Okay, just click on the insert chart and then okay, got it. So now here data range. Okay, data range. So here I'm just going to put A1 until B6. Okay, yeah, A1 x-axis. Okay, it needs a number. Yeah. So let's take this one and their average. Okay. So this one, as you can see here is the information. So this one for the chart tab is totally for you to choose whatever information that you want to display. Okay. Sometimes the information is not suitable, therefore it will not come up. So you need to choose a suitable one. So normally this one, will say, okay, you can use this side. And then you have also the option if you want to display it large, okay, if you want to stack it. And also here you can switch the information. So if previously the range is become like a vehicle, so you can choose in between rows and also columns. You can also customize here. If you can customize the font inside here, the colors, everything can be done in the customize. Okay, so you can change the color, even the chart title. So in the customize is more about the inside the chart area. So this is your chart area. So from here you can customize it. You can even give it a title. Okay, you can give it a title, so the title will come out. You can also change the color. So you just go down, so you have series here, and then legend, so legend. And also you can change the font again, like I told you. You can change the color, you can change the font, so everything you can find it in the customization. Don't worry about it much because we just started. We are going to have a look more deeply into this later on. So now let's just continue with our slide. Okay, so now we are going to talk more about the thing that I just show you, especially for freeze. Remember, if you don't freeze your first line, which is include the title, if you scroll down, that part will disappear, and it's when you do your sorting, it will also include your title. Therefore, we want to freeze our title. So to do freezing, just click on view, freeze. Okay, click on view, freeze, and then you can choose how many rows that you want to freeze. Let's say you want to freeze up to 10 rows. Kindly ensure that you click your cursor on the 10 here. Okay, kindly ensure that you already clicked on any cell on the 10th row. And then if you go to view, you can see up to current row, which is 10. Okay, so here you can see how many rows. Beside rows, you also can freeze your column. Okay, you can also freeze your column. So let's say your information is on your column instead of on your row. So what you can do, you can freeze your column instead. So let's just quickly do that. Okay, just delete this. So now this is I already freeze my row. So this is my row. So if I go down, it will stay. So now let's freeze our column. So now this is my column. If I go down, it will disappear. Okay, if I go down, it will disappear. Means like A column will disappear. A column will disappear. If I scroll to the right, A column will disappear. So let's say I want to freeze this one so it won't move. So do the same freeze, and then I'm just going to freeze the first column, which is column A here. So if I scroll, column A will stay. If I scroll down, so column 1 will stay and A will stay. Doesn't matter if I where did I go down, up. So A and 1 will stay. So you can freeze your column and also you can freeze your row. So again here, everything here. So to unfreeze, just go back, view, freeze, and no column. So then the column will not be freeze. So if I go scroll, it will not be freeze. It will move. Okay, so this for that one. And also here, okay, here just an example again, just to show you the difference between what happened if you freeze and do not freeze. So here I already freeze the first row, and then I open up here. Again, it's very helpful when you want to sort your data. Okay, sort your data, because if you do not freeze and you want to sort your data, it will be moved together. That's why we want to freeze it. So here, example, so if you just go into this part, so right now I want it to be in alphabetical order for the name. Okay, I want it to be in alphabetical order. So for now, as you can see, it's not in alphabetical order. So the person with the A, start with A, the name, it's actually on number 7. So now let's say I want it to be in alphabetical order. So again, freeze. Remember to freeze it first, the title. And then go to data, sort sheets by column B. Okay, because the data is currently in column B. Alright, the data is currently on column B. So go to data, sort sheets by column. Again, you want it to be smallest to largest or largest to smallest is totally up to you. But for my case here, I want it to be smallest to largest. So just click here, data, sort sheet by column B, A to Z. Once I click on that, as you can see here, so it will be sort accordingly. So the first person here, it will be the person start with A, and then the last one will be Y. As you can see here, the number followed the original one. So as you can see, previously the person start with A, which is Adudu, on number 7. Because we do sort by column, so that's why it will bring the entire thing. Okay, it will bring the entire row. So as you can see now, this 179154682 is not in order. So for this part, instead of doing sort sheets by range, this is how what we can do here. You highlight those number. Okay, you doesn't really have to highlight it, or you can even right click. Okay, highlight those number, and then now we are going to use sort range by column. Okay, because we only want to move this particular data. We only want to move this one in A. We only want to move this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, we don't want anything else to be moved. I want the names stay, because I only want to change the number. So you just sort range by column A to Z, because it will be smallest to largest. Once I click on that, as you can see now, the number changed. It will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8 9 accordingly, and everything else will not be moved. Okay, so how can we do it? So let's just quickly do it. So this one. Okay, let's speed up. Okay, so now as you can see here, this one, okay, this the name. Okay, the name, as you can see, the person with the A is currently on number 7, and then the person with B, number 9, and number 1. So it's not in alphabetical order. If you wish to use it in alphabetical order, so we need to sort it out. And remember to freeze it. As you can see now, my first row is not on freeze. So if I do any sorting, okay, the title will move again. I will just show you. Okay, if I do anything, the title will be moved because I didn't freeze it. So now let's freeze it. Okay, just click here, view, freeze, first row. So if I go down, the title will not move. So now here, I'm on B. Okay, kindly ensure that your current active cell, which is, you can see the blue box, the blue outer here. Currently ensure that your active active cell in on B, okay, in on B and nowhere else, because we are going to use this column as our place to sort it out. So now we are already here. Go to data, and then as you can see here, if you want it from largest to smallest or smallest to largest, for my case, I'm going to choose from smallest to largest, which is A to Z. So just click here, sort sheets by column. As you can see now, it's already A, B, F, G, O, P, Y. Okay, so this one is already moved, but now I'm not happy because the number is not in order. So for the number, to ensure that the number in order, what you can do is you can just do this. You can click on the A and then go to data. Okay, for this one, you need to click on the A and then go to data, and then you have this one. So range by column. Okay. Instead of choosing this one, kindly ensure that you choose this one, because if you choose sort sheets by column, okay, and then it let's say A to Z, it will change it back. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5, because it will change it according to this one. Okay, according to this one, according to the number, but we want it according to the alphabet. That's why we do this. Again, just quick one. Okay, data A to Z, so this one. So now we want only the number to be moved, only the number. So you can click A or you can highlight the number. It's totally up to you. Go to data, sort range by column A. So now we choose A to Z. So the name stay, only the number change. The name stay, only the number change. So that is the difference if you choose sort range by there is the difference if you choose sort range by sheet and sort by range. Okay, sort this one by sheets. Okay, it's going to change the entire thing. Or if you choose sort by range, okay, sort by range, it will just sort only for this one range. Okay, and everything else will stay. Let's go back here. Okay, now again, we already touched about filter, but here we are going to talk about it again in more in depth. So there's two way you can use the filter function. Okay, there's two way. One is just to click outside the outside here, the outside icon. Another one, how can you access your create a filter, is by clicking on data. Okay, click on data and then you have create a filter. It's the same. Either you click this one, okay, this icon on the outside, or you go to data, create a filter, or you click the icon on the outside. It's totally the same. If you go to data, create filter, or you click this one, it's the same. As you can see now, we already create our filter. How to know that you already created your filter? You can see here there's a like a drop down option for you, a slicer. Okay, a slicer for you. So now that's how you know that you already managed to create your filter. And from there, again, like I should just show you before, from the filter here that you already created, if you click on the drop down, you will have option. Okay, if you click on the drop down, you will have option here. Either it depends on your data. For example, here my data in this box, it's have female and male. That's why here the things that come up is only female and male, because that's the only two option in gender. So now you can unclick here, just click on that, and then if you unclick it, only the data for male will be shown. If you unclick on male and you leave female, then only data for female will be shown to you. For example here, I click on female, so make it unclick right now. As you can see, there's no tick on female. If I click on OK, only information for male will appear on my sheet. Okay, don't worry, your female data is not being deleted. It's only hidden. Okay, it's only been hidden. So if you unclick on that, so if you click on male only, so just click OK. So only data for male will come out on your screen. Okay, this one if you want to do filtering. So if you have a lot of things and then you want to check only the detail for a specific things, for specific items, so you can do this. So click on click and then click OK. And then for example here, I unclick on male and I leave female. and I press OK. As you can see here, only the details for female will appear. Again, this one is not, by doing this, it will not delete any information that you already created. It's just going to hide it because you filter it. Okay, so only the data that you need will appear on your screen. That's all filtering. So let's just do it as well. Okay, filter. Sorry. Okay, let's do filtering. So I have here male and also female. So now we are going to use filter function. So to do that, just go to data and create a filter, or you can just simply click on this one. So it's the same thing. So now just go to data, create a filter. So once you already created your filter, you can see this slicer, okay, this drop down. So when you click on here, here I have option female and male. Why only female and male come out here? Because I have I have female and male only on this particular column. That's why when I click here, you can see female and male. As you can see here, I have a lot of name. If I click on the drop down, you can see everybody's name appear here. Okay, this one. So it's totally depends on what data that you have here. So since here I already have like a 9 student names. So if I go filter, so I have all 9 student name appear. So if I just untick everybody, oops. If I untick everybody and left only Adudu, so I just press OK. So only Adudu will appear on my screen. Okay, only Adudu will appear on my screen. So to return it back, so you just select all. Okay, select all and then OK. As you can see now, everybody is back. So now let's come back here. I want to filter only data for male. So click here on the drop down and choose male. So to choose male, you need to untick female and then press OK. So only male will come out on your screen. So now let's choose only female and untick male and press OK. So only female will come out on your screen. Again, your data is not being deleted, it's only hidden. Okay, it's only hidden. So to how to know that your data is actually hidden, filtered, you can see here when you use it, it will become like this icon. Okay, this icon. And then if you're using it here, as you can see here as well, currently for female, I only have Yaya and Ying. So let's say I'm choosing Yaya only. Okay. So now you can see that I apply filter on this cell and also this one, this part. How to tell? Because you can tell by seeing this thing, okay, this thing. So if you go back and then select all, okay, the things that only going to appear still will be Yaya because I apply filter on this one, which to apply, which only to show me Yaya. Okay, that's why when I tick this one, okay, because I already filtered it before and going to show me Yaya. That's why as you can see here. So now if you here, let's just do that one more time. Okay, Yaya. Okay, so only Yaya will come out on my screen. So to return everybody back, select all and press OK. So just go up and everybody will come out. So how to tell that you apply filter or not? You can see based on the icon here. If it's slicer means you haven't applied any filter, but then if you see it become like these icons means that you are applying filter on that particular column. So now let's just select all and OK. So everything is back to normal. So that is about filtering. So far, is there any question about filter? So is everybody okay regarding filtering? If you have any question, feel free to ask me in the chat box. Okay, if there's no question, alright. If there's no question, so now we are going to move to functions. But for today, don't worry much. We are going to talk about a simple basic function. So the first one, like I showed you before, we are going to talk about sum. Sum is calculation total. Total. As you can see, the double dot here means until. Okay, we can say it means until. So if you see this one sum, C2 double dot E2 means that it's going to calculate the number in cell C2 until E2. Okay, so here C2 until E2, so you can have, if you have a lot of number, you can also do it until E10. Is totally up to you. And the same with the average. Okay, for the average, it's just the keyword will be average. Okay, average, you need to type the full keyword average, and then the same thing on inside this one. Okay, inside the value, you can put the first value and then double dot until whatever value, whatever range that you want to use. For example here, just now the slide, so as you can see here, I put sum C2 to E2 because here I have math, science, and history. I want to total up these three score. Okay, all these three score. That's why I put sum. Remember, function start with equation mark. So before you want to proceed key in your function, make sure that you put the equation sign. Okay, key in your equation sign and then followed by SUM, and then you just open bracket, and then you just highlight these three. One thing you can do is highlight these three, or you can type in manually. So this cell is C2 until is when I said until, it will be the double dot. So double dot until E2. So you just press enter. So it will total 9 plus 9 plus 9 equals to 27. Okay, so that is for sum. And the other one, you for the average, remember average you need to key in the full one, which is average, average, and then open bracket, do the same. So it will be, I want the average between C2 until E9. So C2 until C2 until E2. Okay, C2 until E2. So here the total for the average will be 9. So now let's try it out. Okay, here. So now let's just delete all this. Okay, so I already have the score here. Okay, I already have the score here. So now I want to calculate the sum for this one. So key in equation. Remember, it needs to start with equation. And then sometimes you can see a suggestion. Okay, sometimes you can see a suggestion. So now, yes, I want to use the sum. So I'm going to type SUM, sum. And remember, open bracket. Okay, open bracket. Another one you can do manually, since you know this box is C2, so you can type in manually C2 until that means double dot. Okay, and then up to E2. I just put E2. Okay, because I want to calculate the sum from this one C2 until E2. So close bracket and then enter. So it will calculate the sum from here to here. Another way you can do it is by going here. Okay, function. Okay, on the top here you can see function. You will see sum. Okay, sum. Just click. Okay, just click on that. And then another simple way is just highlight. Okay, click on the first box and then don't let go and just drag your mouse. Drag your mouse until here. Okay, I'm dragging my mouse until here, until E3. Okay, until E3, and then press enter. That's another way how can you do it. So you just click on here, sum, and then just drag your mouse to the area that you want to total up, sum, and then that's it. You're done. And instead of doing it one by one, another way is how can you copy the same function. You want to copy the same function. As you can see now, did you notice there's a square dot at the end of your box at the bottom right? So here, okay, bring your cursor there until it change into the plus sign. Okay, bring your cursor there until it change to the plus sign. From here, what you can do, click, don't let go. Oh, sorry. Click, don't let go. Drag it. Okay, so I want the same formula to be applied until here, until ying. Okay, So you just click and drag it, so until Ying, so let go. So as you can see now, Gopal and everybody else is using the same function. So you don't have to do it one by one. So you just do it once. So you can even just do it once here. For example, only Adudu, and just bring your cursor here and drag it. And the same formula will be applied to the others as well. Okay, some formula will be applied to the others as well. And you can do the same with the average. So for the average, again, equation, and then you need to type in average. Okay, average. And then here, they already have suggestion. No, I want to edit this. Sorry, this one is WE2. Okay, so for the average, you can do the same. You can key in equation mark. Okay, equation mark, and then type in average, open bracket, from where to where. Or you can just go to the function and click on average. Again, you just highlight those you want to include in your calculation. Okay, and then just enter. And you don't have to do it one by one. Bring your cursor here until you see it change to plus sign, and just drag it, so it will calculate the average for you. So that is for average, and also for the sum. So next up, it's how can we use how to generate attendance. So actually this one is going to use count if. Okay, count if. So it doesn't have to be attendance, it can be anything. So what actually count if does, for example here, I have count if, so means that it going to calculate if this range, okay, range C2 until V2. Okay, it's going to calculate if C2 until V2, and then this one means that criterion. So have this slash sign. It's going to check for me, count how many in between C2 until V2 actually have this sign. Okay, this is the range and this is the criterion. So this is the pattern that you want to check. So let's talk about it more. So for example here, I'm just going to go straight to my sheets, I guess, because it's a lot bigger. Okay. So what actually count if? As you can see here, I'm calculating count if C3 until V3. Remember when I said until, it will be the double dot sign. So count if C3 until V3 is actually using this, has the slash sign. Okay, slash sign. So here it will calculate in between C3 until V3 how many has the slash sign. So I put plus here. Okay, I put plus because I want it to also calculate the one with the O. Okay, because I also have this, as you can see here. Oops. Sorry. Okay, as you can see here, I also have O. So that's why I put it plus O. So this one is count if C3 until V3 is the slash sign. So total up. So here we have 20. So total here from C to V, there's a 20 slash sign. That's why the total here will be 20. Count if. Okay, it can be anything. So for example here, I put count if the slash sign plus count if the O equals to O. So in total, I have 20. Let's say I remove this part. Okay, I'm only wanted to count if C6 until V6 have O, okay, equals to O. Enter. It will be 1 because only 1. Okay, only 1. So that's why the result will be 1. So now, similar with this one, since it couldn't find anything with the slash and also either with the O, that's why it returned 0. So here it calculates as 4 because 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I remember I plus the slash and also with the O. So in total, it will show me O. Okay, so this will be the count if. It can be anything that you set it up. Okay, count if. So, and then for the percentage, okay, for the percentage, for this one, what actually I'm doing is how to come up with a percentage. So I'm going to take this one, the sum, okay, for this one, and also I'm going to divide it. I'm going to divide it. So I put count if still. It's going to count C3 until V3, which is this one. Okay, it's going to count this side and have this one, okay, greater and less. What does it mean? It means that if you have anything key at all, okay, if you put anything, so it include the x sign, the slash sign, the o sign, okay, so in total it will be 20 divided by 20, so it will be, oh, I think this one is a lot easier to show you. This one. Okay, let's go with this one. So this one is this part. Okay, so from C until V. So the calculation to get the percentage. So it will be the W, the result here for it going to divide by 20. Okay, 20. It's going to divide, it's going to count if C from C10 until V10, and then the criterion will be the bigger, sorry, the smaller and larger. So it will be this sign, okay, this sign. It will count if you key in anything at all, okay. So for this calculation it will say 4 divided by 20. That's how it come out with, oops. Okay, so I think you can see bigger here. So this is the sign. Okay, this is the key that you need to key in if you want to check if you put key in anything at all. So it means that in between C10 until V10, if I key in anything at all, it doesn't matter the slash, the O, the X. Okay, so it's going to count everything in between C10 until V10. So in total, I have all 10 cell. I have all 20 cell have its own key, which is X, O, and slash. So total 20. So it count if C10 until V10, if I have anything key, the answer will be 20. Okay. So 4 divided by 20 in percent, it will become 20%. Again, how can I come up with the percent? So if okay, by default you can see it will be like this. Okay, you can by default if you do it, so let's just maybe use one. Yeah, here with the formula. So this is not 10, 13. So 13, 13. Okay, so as you can see by default you can see numbers only. You will not be able to see it become percent. To change it, okay, to change it, so here you go, here more format. If you want to see it in percentage, you go to more format up here, and then you can choose, is it you want it to be in percentage or you want it to be in RM, in currency. It's totally up to you. So now I want it to be in percentage. So if I click on percent, you can see here is still not as I want it. It becomes 20.00. Okay, you want to remove this number. Okay, if you want to remove this number, you choose decrease decimal places. Okay, decrease decimal places one more time because I can still see 0. So here, decrease decimal places. So now you can see it's perfect 20%. If you want the dot again, okay, so you just click on increase decimal places. As you can see now it's 20.00. Okay, so everything here is on here. Okay, to change it into percentage and then to increase and decrease decimal places, everything will be here. Let's move on. So that is about count if. So you need to put the link and also the percentage. Now we are going to talk about the chart. So again, for the chart, you just need to highlight those data that you want it to be shown to be shown in your chart. But please bear in mind, okay, certain chart will not work with certain information, okay, because they cannot gather the information needed for that particular chart. So as you can see, like I show you in the beginning, it will show you error. So that's mean like your data is not suitable for that chart. So you need to change it, or you need to manipulate where's the row, also where's the column. Okay, maybe you need to change in between. So there's two way to insert your chart. First is to go to insert and click chart. The second one, you just click on the chart button outside here to insert your chart. So now here you can see, like I show you, you can change the chart type. So there's a few chart type, okay, available for you. So the first one will come out is normally the one that suggested. So the one that will suggest for you. So based on your the data that you highlight, they will give you a suggestion. So what type of data is suitable and you can use based on the data that you just highlight. Okay, and then they also have line. So again, it depends on the data and how you want to show your information. So you also have line. So here you have line and area. So again, this is depends on your data. If you want your to use area type of chart, they also have available like 6 type of area type of chart. And then use column. So you have stack and non-stack, okay, type of column. And then you can also show it in a bar. Also similar, you have stack and also non-stack type of bar. And you also have pie, okay, like a donut, a pie. So you have pie type of chart as well in our Google Sheets. You can use it directly. Then you have scatter, okay, 2 type of scatter chart. And then you have 2 mapping type of chart. And for the others, we have like this one. You have the if you have a large amount of value that you want to show to others, you can use this type of chart. Okay, this is more like a value. And also this other type of chart. So let's go quickly for the chart type. Not this one. Wait up. Just go back here. Okay. So let's say I want to use this type I want to use this information to come up with a chart. So again, I just highlight those data that I want to include. So let's say I highlight the name, and also I highlight both for September and October. Okay, name and also September and October. Click on insert chart, and then it will come out with a chart again. Got it. So here you have the suggested. So again, the suggested will come out based on the data that you highlight. So Google Sheets will detect whatever sheets that's suitable for you. It will suggest for you. But you also have other sheets that you can choose from. You don't really have to stick with this one. Okay, you also have other sheets that you can choose from. Okay, that you think it's suitable, okay, that you think is suitable that you want to use. You can go ahead and proceed and choose any other sheets that you think, sorry, the other chart that you think is suitable. If you go to customization, again, for the customization, you can choose the color, you can choose the font size, you can change the title. So everything here can be done in the customization. So here, for the legend, if you want it to be on the top, if you want it to be on the right, okay, for the legend, everything here is on the customization. Again, the color, the font size, the font types, everything in the customization. Okay, I guess that's all actually for our topic today. Is there any questions? Okay, is that you are not clear, that you need more explanation on, or is that everybody okay? Alright, so if there's no question, feel free to ask me. I'm still gonna be here, don't worry. If you have any question at all, feel free to ask me. Okay, thank you very much for joining the class today. I really appreciate your time, and I hope that everyone will have a good lunch later on. So if you have any other topic that you want to learn, feel free to give us a visit here.